Club World Cup Fantasy Mystery Booster has been revealed as the Qualification Booster. We are going to take a good look at it and find out when is actually the most optimal time to use it to gain the edge. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, here's a stat for you guys. Over 70% of you guys watching are not subscribed. Now, let's make a deal. In the next few minutes, if you guys get the value that you're looking for from this video, please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. It would honestly make a huge difference in helping me and my one-man team, bringing you guys more content throughout the season. So, sounds like a deal? Let's get into it. All right, guys, let's jump straight into it. So the new mystery booster is called the Qualification Booster, and quite frankly, it's an activate. When you activate the Qualification Booster, you basically will gain the edge by any player who basically goes through to the next round. Doesn't matter if it's in the last 16, if it's in the semifinals, or if it's in the quarterfinals. If those group of players, 4, 6, 5, all 11 players, only the starting players will receive +2 of that team that goes through. So, for example, we've got Inter Miami versus PSG, and in the knockout round, now we can now have 4 players basically from each team, not just 3. So, if PSG beat Inter Miami and all 4 players go through, doesn't matter penalties, doesn't matter if it's whatever, if they go through to the next round, all 4 players of your PSG players that you have in your team that are on the starting lineup, not the bench, that are on the starting lineup on that 11 team, will receive +2 bonus. Now that we have defined exactly what the Qualification Booster is, when do we think the best time to use it? That being said, I think let's hear what the FPL Force has to say about it, and then we can actually really dissect it as well.
Silence as the FPL Force brings wisdom. This booster is not about risk. It is about reward through survival. Use it when the path ahead is narrow and the strong remain. Match day 4 is the right time to take advantage of mismatched teams, a wild card, moving captaincy, and the Qualification Booster, all as one. The Qualification Booster is not about chasing points. It is about aligning with destiny. Choose the survivors and let the Force reward your foresight. May the green arrows be with you.
All right, guys. Now you heard it there. The Force tells us that it is match day 4, the last round of 16. I have to agree because on that point that you basically have a wild card right now. You can choose all the right teams, especially in fixtures where you feel there is a bit of a mismatch. So for example, that actual game of PSG versus Inter Miami is by far a huge mismatch. I don't think any of us thought Inter Miami would actually qualify. I think we were all certain it was going to be Porto and somebody else. I don't know whether it's Palmeiras. Not Palmeiras. Was Palmeiras in their team? Yeah, Palmeiras. Yeah, Palmeiras was in their group. So I think that's the type of game we should be targeting, and you couple that with the moving captaincy, and also the scouting bonus, and yeah, and the qualification boost as well, guys. I think you know, I think it's one of those chips where it's like, look, you can keep it for later, you know, but I think as you go deeper into the tournament, you're not going to get mismatched teams, and it's going to be harder to kind of look at when which team is going to qualify, and you know, you could get upsets regardless. So for example, as the time of recording, the fixture of Juventus and Man City haven't played, and if you get that type of a fixture where we all know Man City is a better team than Juventus, but that doesn't mean Juventus can't hit an upset. We've seen this before. Botafogo, you know, hit an upset with PSG. They qualified, you know. So you know, these things could happen a lot more likely deeper into the tournament. So I feel like this is one of those chips where it's best used earlier when there are a lot more mismatches than there would be later on down in the actual tournament. Now, that being said, for me, as you can see, yeah, it's over here. As you can see, I've only applied my wild card. I still have my maximum captains, I still have my 12th man, and I still have of course my qualification booster, and yes, my rank is at around 700. So I'm flying. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm flying. Did over 100 points in both match days 1 and 2 with no chips, and that's really what I needed to help me fly. Now, my strategy was very much this, to use the the boosters in the last 16, basically last 16 in the knockout rounds. I want 90% I'm going to use the qualification booster now. I thought I was going to use the 12th man now, but now I know what the actual mystery chip is. I'm going to use the qualification booster now. I think I will use the 12th man later on. I want to use the 12th man later on because, again, I want to really differentiate myself and give myself a booster, literally a booster, because I think in the semi-finals and the finals, I think for me the finals is where I have to use my maximum captaincy, because you only get captaincy choice once. Like, you have to choose, like, you think that's the captaincy, boom, that's the captaincy. But whereas with maximum captaincy, I can just pick the best players from that team that day, and I know a lot of players have already used maximum captaincy. So I'm hoping the guys in the upper ranks, which most of them have used it, and on that day in the final, I know I don't have to worry about captaincy. I'm good. I'm all right, fam. I'm good, you know. So 12th man, I'm looking to use more so in the semi-final. But of course, if the opportunity provides if there's a better opportunity in the quarterfinals, yeah, in the quarterfinals, yeah, then I'll use it, you know. If things were going, if I could do things my way, I wouldn't use the qualification booster now. I would just let this wild card moving into the knockout round that we have, all of us, be my chip, my booster, and then I would use the qualification booster in the quarterfinal, and then I'd use the 12th man in the semi-final, and then I'd use the maximum captain in the in the final. But my fear is, for the teams that do go through to the quarterfinal, I'm not going to be able to see, you know, I'm not going to be able to determine really who's the best, who's really going to go through. So yeah, I think it's just going to be a lot better. The radar's moved to like 95% now, slowly moving to 100% of using it. But yeah, guys, you let me know, what do you think, and you know, when do you think is the best time to use the chip? Do you actually like the chip? Is the chip one which you were expecting or not expecting? And is it really going to help you claw back if you are far behind as well? And let me know what you think of my strategy and what yours is as well, all in the comment section. Most importantly, please hit that subscribe button if you've gotten any value. Really helps with the channel and growing the channel as well. I am putting a couple of things together for us for the FPL season, so later on I will explain and get into that as well for you guys. Really excited about that, just kind of sharing that. But yeah, anyway, let me know, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.